It is called. Why are you laughing?
Because my lips, like my lips, I felt like they just went poof.
Welcome, everyone,
to
our very own version of Hot Ones. My name is Kaya Corinne, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce my spicy boys. We have Robert Royston. Give it up for Robert Royston. We have Ben McHenry. Let's hear it for Ben McHenry. And let's get right into it.
So wait, each one of these is a different 1, 2, 3, 4,
Correct.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different levels of heat going on here.
Correct.
That's what we're doing?
Yep. We're starting off
milk?
at
Okay.
1600 and going all the way up to Scoville Heat Units TBA, which sounds terrifying.
Right, so
Which
that's
is
the
very-
last one is
the very
TBA.
last one. Correct.
To burn your... Thank you for filling in the A there. That was excellent. All right, so what's this first one?
This first one is classic chili maple.
All right, we got this. Ready, Ben? Cheers. Cheers. Bon appetito.
It smells quite nice.
About to do the worst ASMR ever. We're so sorry.
This is excellent.
It's good.
Really good.
Oh, this one's good. So we'll go ahead and start off
Chicken's
with
a
our
little
first question.
dry. Chicken's a little dry.
So first question is, how well do you both do with spicy food? Like, let's just get that out of the way. We've already heard that Ben maybe isn't a huge fan of spicy food.
I don't like spice for the sake of spice.
Gotcha.
I think
Yeah.
that's just dumb. I like spice, a little bit of heat in my food. I like cooking at home. I like to call it warmth rather than heat. Just a little warmth.
Yeah.
This has a little bit of warmth to it. It's
Yeah,
nice. I
this is
feel
nice.
it's like a snuggie of spice.
And what about you, Robert? How do you handle?
I like spicy food, so I always joke that I like food that makes me sweat. So, and now
get
that
a
I
lot
don't
of
have
sweat in
hair,
the
I
day.
can process it much faster that it's spicy. So, yeah, so I like my favorite pizza is a pizza place in my town that does a buffalo chicken pizza, and they do Frank's hot sauce buffalo
Yes.
chicken pizza, and I love that.
It's
So
a great pizza. I've had it with you.
you have had it, right? It's
Yeah.
great, right?
Yeah.
So like I like spicy food. I mean that's all relative. So like this is great. If I were to have this, I would call this like a light to medium. What we just ate,
Yeah, I would
right?
agree.
Right.
Yeah.
So 1600 on my 10-point scale equals like a 2.
It was a 2. All
Yeah.
right, you heard it here.
Got it.
Yeah.
Moving on up to the La Pimenterie Curry Verde.
That was
This
easy for
is,
you to say.
A 6,000 Scoville units.
Oh, wow, that escalated quickly.
I know.
No,
Wait,
no, no,
wait, wait.
like
What was the
Yeah.
first one?
1200?
1,600.
1600 to
Oh,
6,000?
Yeah. Easy.
So the second
actually not
wing,
bad.
that means we're
Yeah.
getting to 6 out of 10 on my scale?
Bon appetito. Exactly.
My pancreas.
All right. Robert, when you aren't working, what is a leisure activity of choice for you?
Cooking.
Cooking?
Absolutely. Cooking is like my I mean working out. I love to work out too, but cooking is meditation for me.
Is there any like recipes that you're
I'm an
super stoked on
amazing
right
cook,
now?
just so you know. Right, so like I make really great ribs. Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. You've had them. You just like because he
They're
makes
very
his
good
own ribs
ribs.
too, right?
They're good ribs.
No, yeah, I mean my bolognese is
Okay.
pretty off the charts.
Awesome.
My carbonara as well. It's pretty off the charts. So yeah, I love to cook. If I can, people on my 50th birthday are like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I want everybody to leave me alone in the kitchen and let me cook my own dinner."
Yeah. And Ben, my question for you is, what is a guilty pleasure of yours for a second ring here?
Eating Robert's food.
Eating
Sorry.
Robert's food?
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Got any movies you like can't stop watching?
I don't really have any guilt.
Are you a bath boy? Do you take baths?
Yeah, I love baths, and I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah, no one should be ashamed of it.
Yeah,
awesome.
Baths are great.
Are you a bath boy? Are you a bath boy?
I don't know if I would
Are you a
describe
bath
myself
boy?
as a bath boy, but
You can be a bath
I
boy.
do.
Anybody can be a bath boy.
I
in this
enjoy
day
a
and
bath
age.
from time to time.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. All
I
right.
like laying in my own juices.
Yeah, just a nice Ben soup, if you will. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always good.
All right, that's pretty good.
Moving on.
That's still not.
That's not too bad.
No,
Yeah,
Not
it's
too bad.
great.
Yeah, that was very manageable.
Right.
Our next one is from the Krabby Shack. It's called Zesty Lemon Pepper, and this is a 15,500 Scoville units. This is our third wing.
I feel
So
like
it
I'm
comes
just
right
starting to
up.
understand what the scale of Scoville
Yup.
units
Yeah, me too.
is. I
Yeah.
really have no idea.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Lunch and science lessons right here, y'all.
Oh, I really like that one. That's my favorite one so far.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's
I like
just
it.
tasty.
Yeah.
Favorite one so far. My head's starting to sweat.
It is a little glistening.
It is, right? A little
yeah,
glistening, right?
I can see it. Yes.
I don't know whether that's actually related to the hot wings or not, but
You know. So Robert, I hear that you have a thing for drugstores. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? I did some research. The researcher's name is Mia. And when I asked her for non-dance related questions I can ask Robert, she immediately said he has a thing for Walgreens.
Okay, that's different. Right. So the way you first
Oh.
asked it, everything were drugstores.
Yeah,
No.
Mia did write drugstores at first, and I did also question it.
Right.
But yes,
No, so
Walgreens.
oh, so good. I love Walgreens, CVS. Put me in a CVS or a Walgreens and leave me alone for like an hour. I'll go up every aisle
Yeah,
and buy all the stuff I do not need,
of course.
but there I've seen it. I was
Yeah.
like if they were like bald head sweating glove, I need that, and I would buy it for
Yeah.
my bald head sweating. Right. So like I always go to like the as seen on TV section. I love that. I always go to the travel section. What do I possibly need for traveling that I've never used in the 30 years that I've traveled, but now exists to me? Yes, I love
Yeah.
Walgreens. I love CVS. I love Rite Aid. It's true. It's true.
I can relate.
Right.
It's addictive. Ben, you are known for your love of beer.
Indeed.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that started, how you got into it? Is there
I
a
was 5.
story there?
Yeah.
Are you just
Yeah,
like what?
well,
Yeah. Tell me more about your love of beer.
actually, like the real like love of beer started. I was living in Chico for a few
Okay.
years, and there's a spot that opened up called Burgers and Brew. They had burgers
And
and brew. And so that they brought in all sorts of craft stuff, and the owners were originally from Belgium. So my first like love in terms of genre of craft beer
Yeah.
was a lot of Belgian styles.
Nice,
So
nice.
Le Chouffe and Chimay and yeah.
all right, love that.
Nice.
Love
Yeah,
that.
and then it built out from there.
I am not personally a beer drinker, so I might need to take some notes from you for later. On
I don't drink
easy
beer. He hooks me
beginner
up all the time.
style.
Right.
Yeah, great. All right.
All right, where we're at.
Moving on to wing number 4. This is
I'm gonna dip it in the extra
this
sauce.
is called Chicho Ghost.
I was like,
And-
Chico, okay.
Yeah,
So this is ghost peppers, probably.
Potentially.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
go. None of these are
experience-
immediate yet. You know
That's
what I
actually
mean?
quite good. In my experience, like usually the darker the sauce, the more dense
scarier,
in its
yeah.
spice it is. That's actually not that scary.
You know, I feel like we're like, this is easy, this is easy. We're gonna get over here and be like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the notes on this one are an earthy chipotle and chocolate ghost pepper with
I
ginger
love those.
and vanilla sugar.
Yeah, earthy. That's
I love this
immediately
so
where my
much.
brain
I want
went.
this
Yeah.
list because I
Yeah,
want to cook with this.
absolutely, we can make that happen. Robert, you're well known not only for your dance knowledge and ability, but also your skill as an MC. Can you tell us a little bit about your very first time MCing?
Yeah, sure. My very first time emceeing, I worked at Kmart.
All right.
Anybody know what Kmart is?
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
What's-
the Kmart MCs
Right.
that are always
Yeah.
there.
What's Kmart
Yeah.
famous for? Anybody know?
MCs.
Blue light specials. Blue light specials. So at
Right.
Kmart in the 70s and 80s, they had blue light specials. So you'd go into a Kmart store and they would say, you know, there'd be blue light announcements and there'd be this flashing blue light and you would go to that area and for a set period of time, everything in that area would have a discount. So I worked in shipping and receiving. I was a teenager. And this cute girl who worked in female apparel and men's apparel came over and said, Robert, I'm really nervous to do my blue light special. Will you do it for me? So I was like, sure. So I got on the mic and I was like, attention all Kmart shoppers. We have a blue light special in our men's department where we're blue lighting our men's socks for 10% off. So run, don't walk over to the men's department. And thank you for stopping and shopping at your Santa Clara Kmart.
That was very
So-
good. Wow. Wow.
It wasn't
then-
that good then.
It wasn't, right.
We've had a little
Although I
practice.
did coin immediately, thank you for stopping and shopping at your Santa Clara Kmart, just like I've coined our next couple, right? So
Hello, blue light shoppers.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So then everybody was like, "Oh, go ask Robert, go ask Robert." And then the manager made it to where I had to do when I was on shift all the blue light specials. So that was my first MC gig
All right.
at Kmart.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Kmart. Who would have thought? I see you're going for the water already. Oh.
Honestly, not
I'm
because it's
just
spicy.
thirsty.
It's I'm thirsty,
You're
and,
thirsty.
and it's a little dry. The chicken's a little dry.
It's a little dry.
If I was going for the
Why?
milk, you knew I'd be struggling because water doesn't get rid of the heat.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Ben, you and Cameo host a dance event called Swingtacular, which is
Yeah.
being held next weekend in Burlingame, California.
Yeah.
how did you come up with the iconic space alien branding for that?
That's a long story medium. I'll try to shorten it, but there's a lot to it. So Swingtacular was something that Michael O'Connor was actually organizing first out of WNY Warehouse. And then I mentioned to him that I was interested in running an event. And he said, please help me. I want to bring this one up. And then sadly, he's fine now, but just like some health stuff around dance, he was not able to continue dancing. And so he called me and said, you can just take this. And I was like, cool, sounds great. I hate the name Swingtacular. Because everything is swing everything.
Swings.
But like, swingvitational, swing, it's just, it's like.
Swustle, Swango. Yeah.
Swingle Bell Rock? Yeah.
Swingle Bell Rock.
Fuck.
You know, we were fine,
No,
you
you're
and I as
perfect.
friends until just then.
And so I was like, I would like to do something different, or just if we're gonna do it, really lean into it. And at everything is also the Bavarian Open, the French Open, the German Open. And so I was like, I'm only gonna do it if we lean into it as a shtick.
Yeah.
And the first option was Swingtacular, the Earth Open.
Okay, not as good of a ring.
No, and then our friends, we were actually in England at the time, and our friends were like, the Galactic Open? I was like, sure, that sounds dumb. Let's do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds
True.
great. And then it started out as like a Star Wars versus Star Trek theme, and that like people kind of enjoyed that a fair amount. And the big thing is it like turned into the whole Dance Geek brand. Like the whole point of it is that I felt like for a while West Coast Swing was getting too cool for its britches.
Gotcha.
It was like, they were like, yeah, we wear Kippies belts and rhinestones and we're cool. And I was like,
I mean, we didn't really think we were cool, but go ahead.
but we just like the entire idea of the event was that we wanted to make it a silly place for people to just nerd out and show up however they're going to show up and have a good time. And then from there, one of our friends who's a very gifted animator, Tannen Casol, out of Southern California, created these alien mascots. It was Kevin Williams' idea, who's our not-so-silent partner anymore. He's okay with us saying his name. He's like, just don't make a big deal about it.
Yes.
He is one of the biggest reasons that we've actually been able to do big, crazy things and end up where we are and not be terrified.
Yeah. All right.
And so he had an idea for the alien mascots, and that's where Sivley and Istap came in, which if you're not aware, Sivley Yelsurp is Elvis Presley backwards.
yes.
Istap and Yelk is Patsy Cline backwards.
I never put that together.
So now we have
Anything else
aliens
you wanna
and galaxy
give me? Okay.
things, and it just expanded from there. That's it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. It again, as a fellow event made just for the sake of being silly. Yes, can relate.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what are we
So
at?
move on to our number 5. This is Las Calientes Rojo. This is 49,000 Scoville units.
Isn't that
got-
less than the other ones that we had?
The last one was 36,000. This one is 49,000.
Oh, no, I was saying 6,000 was the second one. My brain.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
This is a faster
This one
heat.
is a sweet apricot mixes with fruity habaneros and a hint of cumin.
It was really good.
Oh, I still like it.
Me too, but it's
That's
hotter.
really good.
It
Oh, for
hits
sure.
you, the heat hits you faster.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's coming.
Good though.
It's coming.
Robert.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are there any dance styles that you have tried and struggled with or decided that you're not a fan of? Or obviously West Coast Swing is your favorite, as we all know. Maybe not.
No, my favorite's two-step, country two-step.
Interesting. Speak on that.
Two-step is my favorite dance.
All right,
It's
speak
my
on the other
favorite.
one.
It's my favorite couples dance. If somebody were to say to me, "You only get to dance one more time, couples dancing, and that's it. You don't ever get to do it again," I would say, put me in a crowded country bar, two-stepping with somebody who really knows how to two-step to live music, and then I'd be happy.
All right. Nice.
So two-step's my favorite. I don't know that there's. I kind of don't dislike any dance.
Yeah.
Like I think, especially couples dancing, I think two people putting movement to music to create an emotion that's shared between them and anybody else watching is powerful, no matter what it is. Whether I like the style or whether I like whatever, I just love all of that. I'll be honest, I struggle with Zouk.
Really?
Ooh, that's getting hot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
getting
no,
hot.
it's
That's getting
going.
hot. It's getting hot. Like,
It's going.
I'm a little like, ooh.
Yeah, yeah. It's staying with us.
Yeah,
It's present in
that's
the
a good one.
conversation
I'm
and
starting,
everything that we
I'm
do.
starting to lose track of my what I'm saying.
Yep.
Right. That's
Again,
a
we're
good one.
ASMR.
You
Yours
keep
the same
talking,
thing with
Robert.
you?
I'm just gonna be
Yes.
here with
Yeah, no,
myself.
it's
Right,
slowly
right.
growing.
And
I-
whatever's in my mouth.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I actually Zook is one that for whatever reason doesn't click into my body when I take lessons.
Yeah.
I have to really be mindful when I'm dancing Zouk. Not because I dislike it, but because for whatever reason it doesn't gel
Okay.
with me as much. But
Yeah.
but that's about it. I love all dances, but two-step, it goes two-step, and then I have a super close second would be swing, West Coast
All right.
swing, all of it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And for Ben,
Yeah.
at age 16, you were competing in the Champions Division for West Coast Swing, according to your website. Now your website says that you're 34 years old. I don't know why I wrote that. That's not important. My actual question is, which current champion are you most intimidated by, and why?
Intimidated by? Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Intimidated to talk to or to
Just
dance
in
with?
general, both. Let's have
Okay.
both.
Man, but this gets hashtag deep because it's largely because I don't think they like dancing with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya
yeah.
going into this was like, is there anything that's off limits? I'm like, no, I'm an open book.
And then I
Like,
found it.
because I'm not. No. I'm just saying like, because I feel like everyone's like, whoa, he's gonna get really vulnerable and that's scary. I'm fine. You will be
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Yeah. But like, I question whether Tatiana likes dancing with me.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We've actually had many late nights where we are dance geeking out,
Yeah.
and she's talking to me about like all the things that she likes technically in a leader, and I'm like, I don't like doing any of those things. Dang it! Which ironically, it's like I've actually like implemented some of the things that I don't necessarily love doing.
Sure.
Right? Even at the highest level, there are like, I think more often than not, students think that we're contrary to each other when actually they're just misunderstanding.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
the funniest is when people were like, but Robert said, I'm like, I know exactly what Robert said. I'm well aware of everything that Robert says. That's not what he meant. Let's talk about, like, so.
It's the left
But
hand
like
that leads.
sometimes, yeah. But the illusions, the
Right,
left
I
hand,
got
yeah.
you, right,
Yeah. But sometimes here and there, there's little differences.
Yeah.
And so like Tatiana, we've stayed up many nights going back and forth. I'm like, well, but this, but that. And then we draw each other in a Jack and Jill and I go, I will try to do exactly what you want me to do.
You're saying, I'm glad I studied for this test. Tatiana
Right.
and I talked through it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So like that's intimidating sometimes.
Sure.
Trying to show up in the way that I think somebody wants me to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally get that. Is there anyone that you were intimidated to talk to?
It used to be Charlotte Bott, but that's just because she'll like stare you down.
Ooh. Yeah.
It used to be, but here's the thing. She's like one of the warmest,
She's
sweetest
the best,
humans
right.
ever.
Yeah.
She just doesn't like talking to humans that much.
Right. Which I'm okay with that.
So she's really smart. She's like, I will just sit here and look a little bit scary. And then I have to deal with humans less.
Yeah.
But then when you actually like she's like one of the sweetest, warmest humans ever.
Right.
Awesome.
So I don't know if there's anyone really left that like I'm
right.
like actively intimidated by, but I've also that answer is probably different 12 years ago.
Right. Gotcha.
That answer was definitely different when I was 16.
Do you know what your answer would have been at 16?
We have more chicken to eat.
We have more chicken to eat.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just getting way too excited about all this. Let's move on.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, here's
yeah.
how I work heat. Just eat fast.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
the
fair enough.
hotter it gets,
Right,
the
that's
shorter
right.
our
I'm letting
questions.
it all
Let's
bake,
move on.
and that's
Right.
how you-
My first draw
All
on
right.
Champions was Brandy Guild, and I think I did 30 sugar tucks because I was that
Yes.
nervous. So there's that.
I bet they were
Yeah.
excellent sugar
That was
tarts,
me and
though.
Marianne Nunez.
We got fourth. They were very nice sugar tucks.
Our next wing is from the Spicy Shark, and it's called Mako Snake. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It is 71,000 Scoville units.
Yeah, that sounds like snake venom of some
Yes,
kind. Like it's yeah.
Spicy Shark brings masala vibes to the number 6 wing with coconut, cumin, cinnamon, cardamom, coriander, and caraway. That was a tongue twister.
Oh, that's delicious.
Really good though.
Uh-huh.
Really good. Ooh, that heat though, like just hits your tongue right now.
Hi. Hello. Yeah.
Oh, man, swallow.
Man.
It's like, Oh man. Okay, so
I literally was about to say my eyesight's blurred, but I took my glasses off. So like,
I pushed that bite to the back of my throat way too fast.
me too.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so good. Swallow. Like, oh, there's the fire. Now that's good.
I will
It's
say
good.
though, I don't like spice for the sake of spice. I like spice if it actually contributes to flavor. That is delicious.
I
No,
agree.
it's outstanding.
It's really good, but it is very
All
outstanding.
right, Robert.
Yes.
Through your struggle, will you tell us about your kids? Are they as into dance as you are?
So my daughter performed today at ABT, which is American Ballet Theater in
Amazing.
Manhattan. Right.
Go Summer, go!
Yeah, so my daughter's an exceptional ballerina. She carries a 9.8 GPA in school, and she goes to school from when she's in school, because she's summer right now. She goes to school from 7:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. By 4:15, she's at the studio. She's at the studio from 4 to 9 o'clock every night, 5 days a week, and then she does 6 hours on the weekend. She does 17 hours plus a week of dance religiously. She's 14. And then she's just finished 5 weeks of 8 hours a day, 5 days a week at ABT. 3,000 kids audition. They take 200. And she's one of them.
insane.
She is ridiculously amazing ballet dancer. So yeah.
Fantastic.
My son is a runner, loves to dance, has good rhythm. He's a runner, had 37 recruitment letters from colleges.
Holy cow.
Right. So got a scholarship to college. He's already broken the college's record for the 5K and the 8K as a freshman. He runs an 8K in 27 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 miles in 27 minutes. That's fast.
That is very
right.
fast. That is very
and
fast.
yeah, so he went to the high school national championships for track, both his junior and senior year,
All right.
and was league, county, regional, and something else champion in high school. He's going to be a film director. He's going to school to become a film director. So both my kids, neither of my kids really do. Neither of them do Facebook. Neither of them do Snapchat. My daughter does not do Instagram. Only my son does Instagram for running and for film. They don't do TikTok. And my kids live the same. I have always said to them, if you're going to do the thing, do the thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it, but if you're going to do it, in it,
Yep.
right? And there's also 3 reasons why people fail. My kids could repeat all these to you. One is the world isn't fair. You have to get over it. You can let it stop you, or who cares? You can be born into not as rich of a family as somebody else. You don't have the same hip structure like for ballet that my daughter has to stretch a little bit more because she doesn't have the natural flexibility that some of the other people do. You're born into a more affluent society or family, whatever it might be. The world isn't fair. Somebody has more people attached to the community. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I got to get over that. Second, you must be honest about your abilities. People fail because they're not honest about the abilities. They think they can do something they cannot do. Right?
Yeah.
I wanted to play football really bad. Played high school football. Had made a college team. College coach was very, very honest with me. You're a very smart football player, but you're not big enough, fast enough, or whatever for the role. But we would like to keep you on the team to run the practice squad. Do you have a good football mind? I was like, I'm not going to do it. Like I'm now have to be honest about my ability. Stepped away from it.
Realistic
So-
expectations.
The movie Rudy is actually about Robert.
Right. And so then,
So you know.
and last is you must be willing to do the work. So once you're honest about your abilities, you must be willing to do the work. And because lots of people are honest about their abilities, but they're not willing to do the work. People who aren't honest about their abilities and put in all the work and then don't succeed, both of those things create failure. So both of my kids understood. Every time they said to me, I want to do this thing, we'd go through it. Okay, why would the world be unfair? And they would tell me the things that would hurt them or bother them. Okay, are you honest about your ability? Is it something you think you can do? Right, and let's talk about that.
Yeah.
And then what's the work that would take, and are you willing to do that work? Right, and so both my kids thrive, and they're both overachievers. They're amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah, yeah.
If you
All right.
couldn't tell, Robert is so skilled at stalling that he just doesn't want to get to the next wing.
Which is amazing.
And that's
because that is
yeah.
exactly what we are about to do. I'm going to go ahead and have us have our next wing, and then
Good,
I'll
that's
ask
fine,
Ben's
perfect, great.
question. Yeah. Yes, we're on number 7, I believe. So
Yep.
we've got the Jalapeno Chico. This is at 103,000 Scoville units.
That escalated.
This last one was sitting in the back of my
Oh no,
my
it's
God.
still
That
it's
whole
yeah.
time.
They're all hanging out with us now.
Yep.
It's a party.
Yep. the
Going
party
on.
info.
This
This
is,
one has, it is called, why are you laughing?
Because my lips, like my lips, I felt like they just went poof. Like
We're starting to get to the lack of flavor, just spice.
this is like
level.
This
Just
is
suffering.
this is like
This is not good.
yeah,
No,
like
this is not-
like
This one hurts.
Yeah, like I kissed a sea urchin or something, like I'm being stabbed.
Kissed a sea urchin?
I was trying to think of something hokey.
No, I stand by it. I've done it once. It was terrible.
Okay.
I'm not. I just don't want Robert to feel
Note
bad.
to selves,
All right.
don't
You
kiss
kissed a
sea
sea
urchins,
urchin,
everyone.
Was it
No.
your first date?
My first date? Oh, I never kiss on the first date, Robert. Everyone knows that. Ben, last year. Last year you made
That
a
made
promise.
it sound like you've been on a date with everyone in this room. Like,
Ask the
but
question.
only one, which means you didn't kiss any of them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That is correct. Yes.
Sorry. That's me stalling now.
The air is not cold enough.
Yes, we're getting into physically reacting. Last year, you had made a post about stepping out of the routine circuit. What prompted that? Do you want to share us a little bit of thoughts on that?
Oh.
I know we've only got so much time, so
I'll make it short. I think ranking the top level of art in our community that's routine based is stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb. I think it makes no sense. I think it's highly subjective. I think almost every year there's like 3 to 4 routines that could easily get first and easily get 4th or 5th. And that's usually, if you ever look at the scores for Classic or Showcase, even when you think it's obvious, like in my opinion this past year. If you're not aware, my wife is the reigning US Open Classic champion. And they were one judge's placement away from getting like 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
Truly, like even when you, so like even if you thought that was clear, okay, cool, right? Like I thought like KP and Bryn smashed, Jakub and Emily were incredible. I thought Jake and Kens were rad, like, and so at a certain point, I just think ranking it and putting as much weight into how those rankings end up in our community is really dumb, and it's toxic from the top down.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right.
A controversial opinion, but a very valid one.
I don't know that it's so controversial.
It used to be
but
controversial.
I don't know that it's so controversial anymore. Right.
A lot of people were like, "What?
But Ben's been waving
How
that
could you
flag
say
for
that?"
years.
Okay.
Right.
No, and then little by little, it's like all of a sudden people like, I'm just noticing there are more people at my side, and it's
Yeah.
hard sometimes when they're like, "Yeah, this is our idea," to not have a little hint of like,
I'll tell people it's your
you.
idea.
I know, I appreciate that. Like people that were arguing with me 10 years ago
Yeah.
are now like, "Oh no, we're facilitating it, and it was our idea." I'm like,
Interesting.
but the most important thing is that there are more people. It's less controversial now.
That's awesome.
Whatever you want your art to be in this community, we are developing spaces for it to be whatever you want it to be, which I
Right.
think is awesome.
Yes, I totally
Yeah.
agree.
All right,
Yes.
3 more.
After that. All right, moving on. We have got the from Da Bomb. It's called Evolution.
I've heard of this.
This one is 135.
Other people obviously too. That's not making me happy.
Yeah, I'm hearing some groans from the crowd.
You don't have to eat it.
Okay. Robert, what is the trend that you're seeing in the Jack and Jill's division that you like? That you like?
That's just actively bad.
This one genuinely is very nasty. This one does not taste good.
Why?
Only
Why
if
do
it's
you do
hot.
this?
It's very nasty.
Ask me again.
What is your purpose in this world?
Ask me again.
What is a trend that you're seeing in the Jack and Jill's division right now that you enjoy, that you're liking?
Oh, that's gross.
Going in for more though.
I'm good. It's still here.
The trend that I like, I actually like, recently in some of it, that, especially in Europe, when given the option of doing jazz, blues, or contemporary, people are picking blues and jazz more often.
All right.
So that there's a younger generation that are picking the standards, like Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald. In New York, John Festa said the last 3 things he's DJ'd, he's getting more requests for jazz and blues than for contemporary. I think contemporary should be here. I think it should exist. I think it pushes the envelope. I love all of that.
Yeah.
But I love that there's been a little bit of a turn back to the younger generation wanting to understand how to dance to the music this dance was built on, and I love that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I'm getting for more.
Okay, wow, powering through. That is an impressive constitution. I
That
am
is.
shaking.
Woo! I ate the rest of it. Did you eat the rest of yours?
No.
The rest of mine.
How is
Remember,
this possible?
I'm not into the test of manhood. I ate the whole thing. You win, Robert. Good for you.
Honestly, all right. And moving on, we
You
have,
think that bothers me? I'm okay with that.
I know. I'll stroke your ego anytime, buddy.
we have second to last. This one is called Watermelon Ghost.
God.
We are jumping from 135,000 Scoville units. That was the last one. This one is 641,000.
What?
We have two more, right?
We have two more. This is the second to last. This isn't the worst one.
We haven't touched the milk yet
by the
either. We're
way.
good. We haven't touched the milk yet. Although I have a feeling after this, I'm drinking the milk. I'm going to cave. I don't care.
Ready, set,
I love that
go.
they just put watermelon
Let's
in
go.
front of it like that's supposed to be comforting. Just watermelon, Robert. Just watermelon.
Oh my God.
It was very sweet at first. Okay, Ben.
It actually hurts my teeth.
Uh-huh. You still have teeth?
Okay, Ben. How did you and Cameo meet?
I don't know.
No thought, only spice.
I want to point out that I'm finishing all of it.
The more interesting story is there was an event called the VIP All-Star Open that only happened once. At the time, I was dancing classic and showcase.
Okay.
Showcase with Tara Trapser, and we were hired at the event. And I was doing classic with Olivia Ogden, who's amazing and wonderful. And Olivia was getting out of it and kind of moving on. She's actually recirculated back. Yep.
Can we get some more water for Robert, by the way?
And me?
Oh, and you. Sorry.
Thanks, Kaya.
Robert's very close to me, and you're so far away. Very sadly. Very regretfully. I wish you were closer, Ben, actually, is what I'm saying.
So,
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Wait.
at this event, Barry Jones was running it. He came up to me. He was like, "We need more couples in classic. Is Olivia here?"
Can we have you turn off your microphone, Robert? How's that? Did that fan help?
It did actually.
Yeah, good. All right. Robert, can you tell us how...
The event director asked me if Olivia was there because they needed more couples in classic.
Yeah.
I said no, but I'll just find somebody. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And it was actually between. It's actually a really interesting little sliding doors moment for just like dancing in classic for the last decade.
Yeah.
It was either going to be Alyssa Glanville,
Okay.
and this was pre her partnership with John Kirkconnell,
Okay.
or Cameo, who I barely knew. Right? Alyssa was from Northern California, so I knew her a little bit better. And then I drew Cameo in All-American and was like, that was fun. Do you want to do classic tomorrow night? And Cameo being Cameo, you all know that that's an absurd question, right? Do you want to do classic with somebody that you don't know and do it tomorrow night? Cameo did not flinch and went, sure. So we choreographed the thing in an hour. We practiced for another couple hours. We danced it the next night and got second out of 8 couples. And then a few months later, I was like, hey, do you want to do this longer? And there we go.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
She broke the milk thing. She did the milk.
Yep. It does help. Actually, can confirm. I would recommend the
All right,
milk.
I'm doing it.
Yes. Okay.
Wuss. I win!
Oh, Ben, we still got one more wing, baby.
Well, yeah, but I haven't had any milk.
I'll stroke your man ego. You're so much better
Oh,
than
thank
me.
you. Thank you, Robert.
We still got one more wing. The time for the milk is still up to come. So let's move on to our last wing, everyone. This is the last dab. This is called the Apollo. The Scoville heat units for this is marked TVA. We do not know.
Does that mean we're supposed to score it? Like,
Yeah. So out of your score earlier that we had, you had a
we're at
22
about
million.
we're
I'm just
at
going in. I'm shutting up.
we're at like an 8 out of 10 on my scale.
Okay.
This is likely going to be the hottest thing I've ever eaten.
Do not touch
That's
your
gross.
eyes. Do not touch your eyes, by the way. This one, okay, the notes on it are...
Ass.
let me just read the card. It says, finally, the piece de
The notes on it are
the
butt.
flag at the peak
Ugh.
from the fired up mind of Smoke and Ed
I got the back of the throat. Okay. All right.
The
Okay.
last dab, Apollo, burns taste buds with a pure pepper concoction. You
I'm
don't have
crying.
to if you don't want to, but the tradition around here is to add an extra dab. We do not have the opportunity to.
I'm like, look at you are too.
Oh no, I just swallowed it finally.
That was unpleasant.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. That was- the one before was hot, but at least it tasted good.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, the watermelon, there was a sweetness to it that I dug. That was pretty cool. And then it just kept going. This is just like, here it is. It's disgusting. I ruined your
Wow,
life.
that's really.
Oh.
Not only is
I
it
feel-
spicy, it just doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
All right.
You can almost feel drunk.
And our last question for Robert. You
Yes.
were a part of the very first Swingesota Winter Workshop weekend. Normally, I would have invited Hugh up here. I don't know if he is actually here right now to answer this question with you. But do you mind telling us how that first Winter Workshop weekend came to be, and then how it inspired the current Swingesota Summer Spectacular as it is now?
Robert, she asked you a question.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
A guest appearance by Marcus Smith, everyone. Give it up for Marcus Smith.
Marcus, you want to try?
Yeah.
No, you sure?
Meech, you want to come out here?
I got a little dab left. There's just a little bit. Yeah.
So, I actually. It's not cold. I wish the milk was cold. I don't remember what triggered us to do the winter workshop, other than that Hugh had taken an intensive from me. It was like, I'd really like to bring that to Minnesota. I do know that he chased me for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really the thing, is he chased me for a long time because I wasn't responding. Months chased me. He's like, please call back, please call back, please call back. And then we did it. But I don't remember, other than Hugh taking a class from me and going, I would like to bring this to Minnesota. This is not. This is so uncomfortable.
It's still going.
sitting.
I know it doesn't look like more things are happening in our mouth right now because we're not adding
But
things.
like, I don't want to focus on saying more than 5 things and then drinking water.
They're all hanging out. Yep.
Yeah.
So for further information on that, ask Hugh.
Ask you. All right, you heard it here. All right.
I do not look forward to going to the bathroom later.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
Just not. No. People would be up here dancing. They're here. Ah! Oh, Ben and Robert in the bathroom.
Okay, my mouth is going numb. I did not prepare one last question for you, Ben.
That's fine, that's good.
Do you have any final thoughts to end out our very first hot ones
So
at Swingesota?
going into this, I've always thought, I've been on record, that spice for the sake of spice and spicy food challenges are dumb. And this reinforces it. That was,
Yeah, there we go.
but I had a great time. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank
you.
Very
Thank you for
dumb,
being here.
and thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't touch your eyes.
Awesome. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you all so much.